Life-changing Buddhist teachings for deep sleep. Part 1. The Garden of Impermanence. Close your eyes gently and breathe deeply, allowing your body to sink into this moment of rest. Tonight, we journey together through ancient wisdom, teachings that have brought peace to countless souls across centuries. Wisdom that asks nothing of you, but offers everything. Imagine yourself walking through a monastery garden at twilight. The air is cool and carries the scent of jasmine. Your feet move slowly along a stone path, worn smooth by generations of monks who walked here before you. With each step, you feel the weight of the day beginning to lift, dissolving like mist in morning sun. In this garden, you notice cherry blossom trees. Some are in full bloom, petals perfect and pink against the darkening sky. Others are losing their flowers, petals drifting down like snow, covering the ground in a soft carpet of faded beauty. And some trees stand bare, their branches reaching upward, waiting for the cycle to begin again. An old monk sits on a wooden bench beneath one of the trees. His face is peaceful, deeply lined with years of smiling. He gestures for you to sit beside him. As you settle onto the bench, he speaks in a voice like a gentle stream. "Do you see these blossoms?" he asks. "They teach us the first great truth, the truth of impermanence. Anicca." You watch as a petal falls, slowly spiraling, landing softly on the monk's shoulder. He doesn't brush it away. "Everything changes," he continues. "Everything flows. The blossom does not grieve when it falls. The tree does not cling to its flowers. This is the way of all things. Your worries, your tensions, your fears, they too are like these petals. They arise, they exist for a moment, and they pass away." You breathe in this truth, feeling it settle into your chest like a warm light. Impermanence, not something to fear, but something to embrace. Because if all things pass, then this very moment, right here, right now, is precious, sacred, unrepeatable. The monk points to a puddle on the path, reflecting the first stars of evening. See how the water reflects the sky, but touch it. You reach out in your imagination, and the reflection ripples, distorts, reforms. This is how we experience life. We think the reflection is reality. We suffer because we try to hold on to the reflection, forgetting it is always changing, always flowing. He stands slowly, and you walk together deeper into the garden. The path winds between ancient trees. You pass a small waterfall, water flowing endlessly over moss-covered stones. The sound is hypnotic, constant yet ever-changing. No drop of water passes the same way twice. Each moment is new, fresh, original. When you lie down to sleep, the monk says softly, "You practice impermanence. You let go of the day. You surrender consciousness. You trust the darkness. This is wisdom. Tomorrow you will wake. But the you that wakes will not be exactly the same you that sleeps. Cells have regenerated. Thoughts have dissolved. Dreams have visited. You are always becoming, never static, never fixed." You come to a small pond. Lotus flowers float on the surface, their roots in mud, their blossoms open to the sky. The monk kneels, and you kneel beside him. The water is perfectly still now, mirroring the stars above. "The lotus teaches us," he whispers. "It grows in mud, in darkness and murk, yet it rises to bloom in beauty. Your struggles, your pain, your restless nights, these are the mud, but they are not your enemy. They are the very substance from which your wisdom grows. Without mud, no lotus. Without darkness, no appreciation of light." A frog plops into the water. The sound echoes, then silence. The ripples spread, then fade. Everything returns to stillness. But it is not the same stillness as before. The water has been touched, changed, yet it remains water, perfectly itself. You feel your breathing deepen, slow, becoming like the gentle lapping of water against the pond's edge. The monk's voice continues, softer now, almost merging with the night sounds around you. Suffering comes from clinging, from wanting this moment to be different than it is, from wishing the blossom would not fall. But the blossom must fall. This is not tragedy. This is life. When you accept this, truly accept it in your bones, a great peace arises. Not the peace of getting what you want, but the peace of no longer fighting what is. Your body feels heavy now, so heavy, sinking into the earth itself. You imagine roots growing from your sitting form, extending down into the soil, connecting you to everything. You are not separate from this garden. You are not separate from the blossoms, the water, the stones. You are part of the great flow, the endless dance of arising and passing away. The monk places a gentle hand on your shoulder. Sleep now is coming, he says, and sleep is practice. In sleep, you let go completely. You surrender control. You trust. This is the essence of all wisdom. Learning to let go, learning to trust the process of life, learning that you are held by something much greater than your small concerns. As he speaks, you notice how the garden has grown darker. The stars are brighter now. The Milky Way stretches across the sky like a river of light. You are so small beneath this vastness, yet somehow you belong. You are a note in an eternal symphony, a wave in an endless ocean. Remember, the monk's voice is fading now, becoming part of the night itself. Impermanence is not the enemy. Impermanence is liberation, because everything passes, including suffering, including pain, including fear. They arise and they pass away, like breath, like seasons, like these falling petals. A breeze moves through the garden. Thousands of petals fall at once, swirling around you in a gentle storm of beauty. You close your eyes, feeling them brush against your skin like whispers, like blessings, like the soft touch of the universe saying, "You are safe. You can let go. Everything is exactly as it should be." And in this moment, in this garden of impermanence, you begin to release the day, to release tomorrow, to rest in the eternal now, where nothing is held and everything is free. Part 2, the teaching of non-self. The garden fades, and you find yourself walking along a mountain path. The air is thinner here, clearer. Each breath feels pure, cleansing. The path is steep, but your legs move effortlessly, as if you are floating more than walking. You arrive at a small temple built into the side of the mountain. The entrance is a simple wooden gate, weathered by centuries of wind and rain. You push it open. It makes no sound, and you enter. Inside, the temple is illuminated by hundreds of candles. Their flames dance and flicker, casting moving shadows on the walls. The air smells of sandalwood incense. In the center of the room, another monk sits in meditation. This one is younger, with a serene smile playing at the corners of her lips. She opens her eyes as you approach, though you made no sound. "Welcome," she says. "Sit with me. Let us explore the teaching of anatta, of non-self." You sit across from her. Between you is a small pool of water, still as glass. She gestures to it. "Look into the water. What do you see?" You look down and see your reflection. But as you watch, the candlelight makes the reflection shimmer and change. Sometimes it looks like you, sometimes like someone else. Sometimes it breaks apart entirely into fragments of light. "Who are you?" she asks gently. "Are you your name?" "But that was given to you." You did not choose it. Are you your body? But your body changes every day. The cells that made up your body 7 years ago are nearly all gone. Replaced. Are you your thoughts? But thoughts come and go like clouds. Are you your feelings? But feelings change moment to moment. You watch the reflection in the water, and suddenly it seems less solid, less fixed. The Buddha taught that what we call self is like a river. She continues. We give it a name. We say, this is the Mississippi River or this is the Ganges. But the river is never the same from one moment to the next. The water that was here a moment ago is already downstream. New water has taken its place. Yet we still say, the river. We still give it a name. We treat it as if it were one continuous thing. She dips her finger into the pool. Ripples spread across your reflection, distorting it further. You are like this, a collection of ever-changing elements. Body, feelings, perceptions, mental formations, consciousness. All flowing, all changing, all interconnected with everything around you. There is no separate, solid, unchanging self at the core. And this is not frightening. This is freedom. Your breathing slows even more. With each exhale, you feel something releasing. Some tension you didn't even know you were carrying. The burden of being someone. The exhaustion of maintaining an identity. Think of all the worry you carry about yourself, she says softly. Worry about how you appear to others. Worry about your reputation. Worry about your identity. But if there is no fixed self, what is there to protect? What is there to defend? She stands and walks to one of the walls where a tapestry hangs. In the candlelight, you can see it depicts a vast web, threads connecting in all directions, infinitely complex. You are not separate, she says. You are not an isolated island of consciousness. You are a point where the entire universe converges. You are made of stardust, atoms forged in the hearts of ancient suns. You are made of water that has flowed through dinosaurs and oceans and clouds. You are made of food that grew from earth and sun. You breathe air that has been breathed by every living thing. Where then does you begin and end? You feel your edges dissolving, not in a frightening way, but in a way that feels like coming home, like finally putting down a heavy suitcase you've been carrying for miles. Your identity is like clothing, she continues, returning to sit across from you. Useful, necessary for navigating the world. But it is not who you truly are. At night, you remove your clothes and sleep naked. In the same way, in deep rest, in meditation, in moments of true presence, you can remove the clothing of identity and rest in pure being. The candles seem to burn brighter now, or perhaps your eyes have adjusted to their light. Each flame is distinct, yet each is the same fire. Each draws from the same source, oxygen and wax, transformed into light and heat. Is each flame separate, or are they all one fire? When you worry, she says, her voice barely above a whisper, when anxiety keeps you awake, ask yourself, who is worried? Look closely. Don't accept the easy answer, I am worried. Look deeper. Is there a permanent I that is worried? Or is there simply the experience of worry arising, existing for a time, and passing away? You breathe with this question, not trying to answer it with your mind, but feeling into it with your whole being. With each breath, the sense of a solid separate self becomes less convincing, less important. You are here, yes, aware, yes, but not in the way you thought, not as a thing, but as a process, not as a noun, but as a verb. This understanding brings great compassion, she says. When you realize that there is no solid separate self in you, you also realize there is no solid separate self in anyone else. Everyone is a flowing river. Everyone is a temporary collection of elements. Everyone is struggling with the same illusion. This is why the Buddha taught loving kindness, not from a place of being a good person, but from the recognition that we are all the same process, all the same dance of emptiness and form. She places both hands over her heart. The fear of death loses its grip when you understand non-self. Because what dies? The body changes form, elements return to elements. But the process continues. The dance goes on. You are not a separate thing that can be annihilated. You are a wave in an ocean that has no beginning and no end. Your body feels so light now, almost as if you might float away. But you don't float away. You remain present, aware, but no longer burdened by the weight of being someone. Just being, just this, just now. As you prepare for sleep, she whispers, remember this teaching. You do not sleep as a separate self. You dissolve into rest. You merge with the great silence. And in the morning, a new pattern arises, familiar but not identical, continuous but not permanent. Each day is a small life. Each sleep is a small death. And in this cycle, there is nothing to fear. The candles begin to dim, or perhaps your eyes are closing. It's hard to tell. The boundary between inner and outer has become so thin, so permeable. You are the temple. You are the candles. You are the mountain. You are the breath. Rest now in your true nature. Her voice is distant now, coming from everywhere and nowhere, not as someone who rests, but as rest itself, as peace itself, as the pure awareness in which all experiences arise and pass away, and you dissolve, like a wave returning to the ocean, like a breath releasing into air, into the vast, spacious, luminous emptiness that has always been your true home. Part 3, The Four Noble Truths. You find yourself now in a forest. Tall trees surround you, their trunks thick and ancient, their branches forming a canopy that filters the moonlight into soft silver beams. The forest floor is covered in moss, soft beneath your feet, silencing your steps. You walk without knowing where you're going, trusting the path to reveal itself. And it does. Between two massive trees, you see a clearing. In the center of the clearing sits a monk, older than the mountains themselves it seems, yet with eyes bright as stars. As you enter the clearing, you notice 4 stones arranged in a circle around the monk. Each stone is carved with symbols you cannot read, yet somehow understand. The monk gestures for you to sit beside him. You have learned that all things change, he says in a voice like thunder made gentle. You have learned that there is no separate self. Now, we come to the heart of the Buddha's teaching, the Four Noble Truths. These are not beliefs to accept, but realities to experience, truths that will set you free. He points to the first stone. In the moonlight, you see it is dark, rough, like volcanic rock. The first noble truth, he says, dukkha, often translated as suffering, but more accurately, unsatisfactoriness. The truth that life contains pain, that existence has a quality of stress, of not quite rightness, like a wheel slightly off its axle. You feel this truth in your body, the small tensions you carry, the vague sense that something is always slightly wrong, the endless seeking for comfort, for security, for satisfaction that always seems just out of reach. Do not reject this truth, the monk says. Do not pretend everything is fine when it is not. The Buddha's first teaching was not think positive. It was see clearly. See that there is suffering. See that there is pain. See that existence has a quality of unsatisfactoriness. This is not pessimism. This is realism. This is the beginning of wisdom. He touches the stone gently, almost lovingly. To acknowledge suffering is to stop the exhausting pretense that everything should be perfect. You can stop the war with reality. You can stop blaming yourself for feeling that something is off. Something is off. This is the nature of conditioned existence. And acknowledging this, paradoxically, brings relief. Your body relaxes slightly. There is something honest about this teaching. Something that matches your experience in a way that toxic positivity never could. The monk turns to the second stone. This one is smooth, red like rust, like dried blood. The second noble truth, the origin of suffering, tanha, craving, clinging, thirst. Suffering arises because we want things to be different than they are. We crave pleasure and push away pain. We cling to what we like and reject what we don't like. We thirst for permanence in a world that is constantly changing. He picks up a handful of moss, lets it fall through his fingers, like trying to hold water in your fist. The tighter you grip, the more it escapes. Craving is the engine of suffering, not desire itself, but the clinging to desire, the addiction to desire, the belief that satisfaction lies in the next thing, the next achievement, the next relationship, the next moment. You think about your own cravings, the way you reach for your phone when you're bored, the way you eat when you're not hungry, the way you seek distraction from discomfort, the endless loop of wanting, getting, wanting more. Even the craving for sleep can be a form of suffering. The monk says with a gentle smile, lying awake, wanting desperately to sleep, fighting wakefulness. This is craving, and it prevents sleep. But when you stop craving sleep, when you simply rest in wakefulness, often sleep comes naturally. He moves to the third stone. This one is white, smooth as pearl, luminous in the darkness. The third noble truth, nirodha, cessation, the end of suffering. This truth tells us that suffering can end, that there is a way out, not by getting everything you want, but by ending the craving that causes suffering. His face is radiant as he speaks of this truth. Imagine, he says, what it would be like to want nothing more than what is, to be completely at peace with this moment, exactly as it is, not because it's perfect, but because you've stopped demanding that it be perfect. Not because you have everything, but because you've stopped clinging to anything. You breathe deeply. For a moment, just a moment, you touch this state. There is nothing you need right now, nothing lacking. The moment is complete, whole, perfect in its imperfection. Nirvana, the monk whispers, the extinction of craving, not the extinction of life, but the extinction of the fire that burns and consumes and never satisfies, like a flame that has gone out, not destroyed, but freed from its fuel, at peace. Finally, he turns to the fourth stone. This one is carved into the shape of a path, winding up a mountainside. The fourth noble truth, magga, the path, the way to the end of suffering, the noble eightfold path. Right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration. He traces the path carved in the stone with his finger. This is not a list of commandments. It is a practical guide, a recipe for freedom. Each element supports the others. Together they lead to the cessation of suffering, to peace, to liberation. You feel exhaustion now, the good kind, the kind that comes before deep rest. The monk's voice continues, softer now, more distant. As you prepare for sleep, you practice all four truths. You acknowledge the truth of suffering, the tiredness, the worries of the day. You recognize the craving, the grasping mind that wants to hold on to the day or jump ahead to tomorrow. You touch the possibility of cessation, the peace that comes when you stop fighting and simply let go. And you walk the path. The simple practice of lying down, closing your eyes, breathing, releasing. The forest around you seems to breathe in and out, in and out. The trees, the earth, the air, all breathing together. These truths are not meant to make you serious or somber, the monk says. They are meant to make you free, free from the tyranny of craving, free from the delusion of permanence, free to rest in each moment as it is, complete and whole. He stands and helps you to your feet, but you barely register this, because your body has become so heavy, so ready for rest. He walks with you to the edge of the clearing where a bed of moss awaits, soft as clouds. Sleep now, he says, and as you sleep, these truths work in you, not as concepts, but as reality. Your body shows you impermanence as it cycles through sleep stages. Your mind shows you non-self as it produces dreams without conscious control. And in the deep peace of dreamless sleep, you touch nirvana itself, the state beyond craving, beyond suffering, beyond the illusion of separation. You lie down on the moss. It receives you perfectly. The earth beneath you is solid, supportive, ancient. The sky above is infinite, spacious, eternal. And you are bridge between earth and sky, between form and emptiness, between something and nothing. The Four Noble Truths are your friends. The monk's voice is barely audible now. They do not demand perfection. They do not require you to be anything other than what you are. They simply show you the way home, the way to peace, the way to freedom, the way to rest. And you rest deeply, completely, all struggle ceasing, all craving quieting. Just this moment, just this breath, just this perfect, complete whole now. Part 4. The Practice of Loving Kindness. From the forest clearing, you drift into a new space. It's neither inside nor outside, neither day nor night, a space of soft golden light, warm as a summer afternoon, peaceful as dawn. In this space, you see a figure approaching. As they come closer, you realize it is you, but not the everyday you. This is you as you truly are, beneath all the wounds and defenses and fears. This is your essential nature, your Buddha nature, pure, luminous, complete. This true self sits down facing you. Your eyes, are infinitely kind. They smile at you with such genuine love that you feel something break open in your chest. When was the last time anyone looked at you this way? When was the last time you looked at yourself this way? They speak, and their voice is your voice, but gentler. We practice metta now, loving kindness, beginning where the Buddha said all love must begin with oneself. They place a hand over their heart, and you feel warmth in your own chest. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be safe. May I live with ease. Simple words, ancient words, spoken millions of times across thousands of years. But when you hear them directed at you, by you, they have power. You have been so hard on yourself, your true self says. So critical, so demanding, always finding fault, always feeling not good enough. But what if you treated yourself the way you treat a beloved friend? What if you offered yourself the same compassion you would offer a child? You feel resistance, the old voices that say you don't deserve kindness, that say you need to be hard on yourself to improve, that say self-compassion is self-indulgence. Your true self smiles, seeing these thoughts arise. Those voices are not wisdom, they say. They are old programming, fear disguised as motivation. But you can choose differently. Right now, in this moment, you can offer yourself love. They begin to speak the words again. and this time you join them. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be safe. May I live with ease. With each phrase, you feel warmth spreading through your body, starting at your heart, flowing down your arms, into your belly, down your legs. Warmth like sunlight, like being held, like coming home after a long, cold journey. Happiness does not mean constant pleasure. Your true self explains. It means deep contentment, the happiness that comes from living authentically, from being at peace with yourself. May I be happy. May I know the happiness that is not dependent on circumstances. Health is not just physical. They continue. May I be healthy in body, yes, but also in mind and spirit. May I be free from the sickness of hatred, of greed, of delusion. May I be whole. Safety, not just protection from external harm, but inner safety. The safety that comes from knowing you are enough, just as you are, right now. Nothing to prove, nothing to achieve, already complete. And ease, the opposite of struggle. May I live with ease. May I stop fighting with reality. May I flow like water rather than crash like waves. May I trust the process of life. Your true self reaches out and takes your hands. Their touch, your touch, is gentle. Now, they say, we expand the circle of love, because metta for yourself naturally overflows to others. The space around you fills with figures, people you love, family, friends, teachers, companions. They sit in a circle around you, and you feel the love flowing from your heart to theirs. May they be happy. May they be healthy. May they be safe. May they live with ease. As you speak these words, you see each person brighten. Smile. Relax. Your love is not something they need to earn. It's not conditional on their behavior. It's simply is, like sunlight that shines on everyone equally. Notice, your true self says, how loving others does not diminish you. The heart is not a container that empties when you give love. It's a spring that flows more strongly the more you draw from it. The circle expands. Now neutral people appear. The person who serves you coffee. The stranger you passed on the street. The person you saw once and never thought of again. They deserve love too. They struggle too. They fear and hope and dream too. May they be happy. May they be healthy. May they be safe. May they live with ease. This is harder. The love less automatic. But as you practice, you realize these people are not truly neutral. They are humans. They have mothers who love them. They have hearts that break. They are you, in different form. The circle expands again. And now, difficult people appear. Those who have hurt you. Those you resent. Those you would rather avoid. Your stomach tightens. Your true self squeezes your hand. This is the deep practice, they say. To wish happiness even for those who have caused pain, not because they deserve it, but because hatred only hurts you, because forgiveness is a gift you give yourself, because everyone is suffering, everyone is confused, everyone is doing the best they can with their level of consciousness. You take a deep breath. This is not easy, but you try. May they be happy. May they be healthy. May they be safe. May they live with ease. The words feel hollow at first, but as you repeat them, something shifts. You don't have to forget what they did. You don't have to excuse it, but you can release the burden of hatred, the poison you've been carrying, the weight you've been dragging. Metta, your true self says, is ultimately for you. When you hold hatred, who suffers? When you wish ill on another, whose peace is disturbed? But when you practice loving kindness, even for difficult people, even imperfectly, you liberate yourself. Finally, the circle expands to include all beings. Every human, every animal, every living thing. The circle becomes infinite, the entire universe pulsing with life, all of it deserving of love, all of it connected. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be safe. May all beings live with ease. You feel yourself expanding to hold this vastness. Your heart grows larger than your body, larger than the room, larger than the planet. Infinite space filled with infinite love. And somehow, you don't disappear. You become more yourself, because your true self is love, has always been love, will always be love. Your true self embraces you, and as they hold you, they whisper. Take this practice into your sleep. As you rest, may you rest in loving kindness. May your dreams be gentle. May your sleep be deep. May you wake refreshed. May you move through life with an open heart. You feel yourself being lowered onto a bed of clouds, soft, supportive, made of pure love. Your true self, which is you, which is everything, covers you with a blanket of light, tucks you in with tenderness. You are loved, they say, not for what you do, not for what you achieve, but simply because you exist, because you are a unique expression of the universe knowing itself. You are the cosmos dreaming. You are stardust contemplating stars. You are loved. You have always been loved. You will always be loved. And as you drift deeper into rest, the words continue to echo. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be safe. May I live with ease. The phrases becoming a lullaby, a heartbeat, a rhythm that carries you gently, so gently, into the ocean of peace. Part 5, the wisdom of emptiness. You float in a space of pure awareness. No ground beneath you, no sky above, just space. Vast, clear, luminous space. And in this space, you are not afraid. You are not falling. You are simply here. A voice speaks, but it has no source. Comes from everywhere and nowhere. It is the space itself speaking. Welcome to the teaching of sunyata, emptiness, the most profound and most misunderstood of all Buddhist teachings. In the space before you, objects begin to appear. A flower first, hovering in the void, perfect, beautiful, complete. Is this flower empty or full? The voice asks. You look at the flower. It seems full of color, form, scent. How could it be empty? Look deeper, the voice says. What is this flower made of? You look, and suddenly you see through the flower. You see water, sunlight, soil, air, time. You see rain that fell months ago. You see the sun's energy converted to matter. You see nutrients from decomposed plants. You see the work of bees. You see everything that came together to create this moment of flower. The flower is empty of independent existence, the voice explains. It does not exist by itself, separate from everything else. It exists only in relationship, only as a meeting point of infinite causes and conditions. Take away any element, the sun, the water, the soil, and there is no flower. So where is the flower? What is its essence? Where does it begin and end? The flower dissolves. In its place appears a table, solid, wooden, real. And this table? The voice asks. Again you look deeper. The table is made of wood. The wood was once a tree. The tree grew from a seed. The seed came from another tree. The energy came from the sun. The matter came from the earth. The earth came from stardust. The stardust came from exploding stars. The stars came from the Big Bang. Where does the table begin? Empty, the voice says, not meaning non-existent. The table exists. You can set your cup on it. but it is empty of independent, inherent existence. It is a temporary collection of elements, process frozen for a moment, a verb pretending to be a noun. The table dissolves, and now you appear before yourself, your own body hovering in space. And you, the voice asks gently, are you empty or full? You have been dreading this question, because if the flower is empty, if the table is empty, then surely, yes, the voice confirms, you too are empty, empty of a separate, independent, permanent self. Your body is made of food you've eaten, which came from earth and sun. Your thoughts are made of language learned from others. Your emotions are conditioned responses learned from experience. Your consciousness, where does it come from? Where does it go? Can you find a moment when you came into existence? Can you find a solid, unchanging essence that is you? You feel dizzy. If you're empty, if there's no solid self, then what are you? The space around you seems to tilt. Breathe. The voice says kindly, this teaching is not meant to frighten. It's meant to liberate. Yes, you are empty, but emptiness is not nothingness. Emptiness is pregnant possibility. Emptiness is freedom from fixation. Emptiness means you are not a thing. You are in process, not a noun, but a verb. Not being, but becoming. The dizziness passes, and in its place, a strange lightness. If you're empty of fixed self, then you can change. You're not stuck. You're not doomed to repeat the same patterns forever. You are fluid, flexible, free. Emptiness is why change is possible. The voice continues. If things had permanent, unchanging essences, they could never become anything else. An acorn could never become an oak. A child could never become an adult. You could never grow, learn, transform. But because all things are empty of fixed nature, everything can become everything else. Everything is becoming everything else. Right now, always. In the space around you, images flow. An acorn becomes an oak. A caterpillar becomes a butterfly. A wave becomes the ocean. Winter becomes spring. Grief becomes wisdom. Fear becomes courage. Everything transforming. Nothing fixed. And this, the voice says, is why emptiness is the source of compassion. Because if all things are empty of separate existence, if all things exist only in relationship, then we are not separate. The boundary between self and other is revealed as conceptual, useful for navigation, but not ultimately real. You see now that you are not in empty space. You are the empty space, and the space is not empty. It is full of potential, full of relationship, full of infinite possibility. The emptiness is not absence. It is presence, not void, but plenum. Form is emptiness, the voice says, and you recognize the words from the Heart Sutra. Emptiness is form. Form is not other than emptiness. Emptiness is not other than form. And suddenly you understand. The flower is empty, yet it blooms. The table is empty, yet it holds your cup. You are empty, yet you think, feel, love, dream. Emptiness does not negate form. It explains form. It liberates form. In your daily life, the voice says, becoming softer, more intimate. This teaching can bring great peace. When you feel solid, stuck, unchangeable, remember emptiness. You are not fixed. You can change. When you feel separate, alone, isolated, remember emptiness. You are not separate. You are relationship itself. You are the universe experiencing itself. A profound silence settles. In this silence, you can hear everything. The silence is not absence of sound. It is the space in which all sound occurs. Just as emptiness is not absence of form, it is the space in which all form arises. When you worry, the voice whispers, ask yourself, who worries? Look for the worrier. You will find only the process of worrying, empty of a worrier, self-liberating. When you suffer, ask, who suffers? You will find only the experience of suffering, arising from causes and conditions. And when those conditions change, the suffering changes. Nothing is permanent. Everything is empty. Everything is free. You feel yourself dissolving, but not disappearing, becoming more transparent, more spacious, less defined by boundaries. You are the sky and the clouds passing through it. You are the ocean and the waves dancing on its surface. You are emptiness dancing as form, stillness dancing as movement, silence singing as song. Rest now in this understanding. The voice says, fading like mist in morning sun. You need not hold onto it. You need not understand it fully. Just let it work in you. Like seeds planted in fertile soil, this wisdom will grow, in its own time, in its own way. For now, simply rest in the vast emptiness that is also fullness, in the groundless ground, in the spacious awareness that has always been your true home. And you rest, not as someone resting, but as rest itself, empty of effort, empty of trying, yet perfectly, completely, miraculously present. Part 6, the path of mindfulness. You become aware of walking again. But this walking is different. Each step is complete in itself. Each footfall is the entire universe condensing into a single moment of contact between foot and earth. You are on a path through a bamboo forest. The tall stalks sway gently, creating a sound like soft rain. Light filters through in golden shafts. The air is cool and carries the scent of earth and green growing things. Walking beside you is a monk in simple robes. You haven't noticed when they appeared. Perhaps they were always there. They walk with perfect presence, each step mindful, each breath conscious, yet totally natural. No effort, no strain, just here. We practice sati now, they say softly. Mindfulness, the foundation of all Buddhist practice, the key that unlocks every door. They pause and kneel beside the path. You kneel too. They pick up a single pebble and hold it in their palm. Mindfulness, they say, is simply this being present with what is, right here, right now, this pebble, this moment, this breath. You look at the pebble, really look. You notice its color, mottled gray and white, its texture, smooth in some places, rough in others. Its weight, substantial but not heavy. This temperature, cool against the skin. This pebble, this unremarkable pebble, suddenly seems like the most interesting thing in the world. The mind wants to wander, the monk says. This is its nature. It wants to think about the past, rehashing old conversations, replaying old wounds. It wants to think about the future, planning, worrying, fantasizing, but it rarely wants to be here, now. With this, they place the pebble back on the ground with great care. The practice is simple. They continue. Again and again, return to now, not forcefully, not angrily, but gently, the way you would guide a small child back to the path, the way you would redirect a puppy that has wandered off. With kindness, with patience, with gentleness, you begin walking again. The monk guides your attention. Feel your feet touching the earth. Notice the pressure, the texture of the ground through your shoes. Feel the movement of your legs, muscles contracting and releasing. Feel your arms swinging slightly. Feel the air on your skin. Hear the bamboo rustling. Notice without judging. Observe without commentary. Just this. For a few steps, you manage it. Pure presence. The miracle of walking revealed. But then, a thought arises. Something you forgot to do yesterday, and you're lost in thought. Gone from the present moment. The monk smiles. You noticed you were lost in thought. That noticing is mindfulness. You don't practice mindfulness to never have thoughts. You practice to notice when you've been carried away, and to return. Again and again. This returning, this is the practice. This returning is what strengthens awareness. You come to a small stream, clear water flowing over smooth stones. You both sit on the bank. The sound of water is hypnotic, endless, ever-changing yet somehow always the same. Listen, the monk says. Just listen, not trying to identify sounds, not labeling them, just the direct experience of hearing. Sound arising, existing, passing away, like everything else, impermanent, flowing, gone before you can grasp it. You listen. The water sound is complex, many layers, high tinkles and low gurgles, constant yet never repeating. And as you listen, really listen, thought slows. The constant commentary of the mind quiets. There is just this, the sound, the listening, no separation between hearer and heard. Mindfulness is medicine, the monk says quietly. Medicine for the disease of distraction, for the suffering of always being elsewhere. When you eat mindfully, you taste your food. When you walk mindfully, you feel alive. When you breathe mindfully, you remember you are breathing, which means you are alive, which is a miracle. They pick up some water in their cupped hands and let it drip through their fingers. The mind is like this water, always flowing, always moving. You cannot stop it, but you can learn to observe it, to be aware of it. And in that awareness, in that mindful presence, suffering decreases, peace increases. You watch the water flow, and you realize your breath is flowing too. You haven't been paying attention to it. It's been happening in the background. But now, bringing awareness to it, each breath becomes precious. Each breath is new, fresh, unrepeatable. The breath, the monk says, is the perfect object for mindfulness practice. It is always with you, always accessible, always here. You cannot breathe in the past. You cannot breathe in the future. You can only breathe now. So the breath anchors you in the present moment. They guide you. Breathe in, knowing you are breathing in. Breathe out, knowing you are breathing out. When the in-breath is long, know it is long. When it is short, know it is short. Don't control it. Don't manipulate it. Just be aware of it. Be intimate with it. Be present with it. You practice this, and it's harder than it seems. The mind wanders after 3 breaths, but you notice and return. Wanders again, return again. No frustration, no judgment, just practice, just returning, just now. In sleep, the monk says, you cannot maintain deliberate mindfulness. The conscious mind dissolves. But the practice you do while awake, it works in you. It creates pathways in the brain. It conditions the mind toward presence, toward awareness, toward peace. So even in sleep, the fruits of practice continue to ripen. You feel very tired now, the good kind of tired, the tired that comes from true relaxation, from being present, from not fighting with reality. The monk helps you lie down on the bank of the stream. The earth is soft. The sound of water is soothing. As you prepare for sleep, they say, continue the practice. Be mindful of lying down. Feel your body against the earth. Notice the points of contact. Be aware of the sounds around you, the water, the bamboo, the night insects beginning their songs. You do this, and it's amazing how much is happening, how much life is occurring in each moment. Usually you miss it, lost in thought, but now, paying attention, it's all so vivid, so immediate, so alive. Be mindful of the sensations in your body. The monk continues. The tiredness, the heaviness, the warmth or coolness, the subtle vibrations and pulsations. Don't try to change anything. Just notice. Just be present. Just allow. Your breathing is slowing, deepening, becoming more rhythmic. The monk's voice becomes part of the soundscape, part of the water, part of the night. Mindfulness is not about achieving a special state, they whisper. It's about being present with whatever state arises. If sleep comes, be mindful of the edges of sleep, the hypnagogic zone between waking and dreaming, the strange thoughts that arise, the body's subtle movements. But don't try to maintain mindfulness. Don't fight sleep. Just be present until presence itself dissolves into rest. And when you wake, they say, voice now barely distinguishable from the water. Wake mindfully. Notice the first moment of consciousness. Notice the transition from sleep to waking. Every moment is an opportunity to practice. Every moment is an invitation to be present. Every moment is this, now, here, complete. The words fade. The water continues. Your breath continues. And you are the space in which it all occurs. Awareness itself. Present even in absence. Awake even in sleep. The eternal witness. The mindful heart. Forever. Here. Now. Part 7. The wisdom of interconnection. You find yourself in a vast web. Not caught, but held. Gently, lovingly. Threads extend in all directions. Above, below, to every side. Glowing with soft light. Stretching into infinity. Where each thread intersects with another, there is a jewel. Millions of jewels. Billions. Each one reflecting all the others. Each one containing the image of every other jewel. The entire web reflected in each point. The whole contained in each part. A voice speaks, or perhaps you simply know, this is Indra's net, the ancient image of interconnection, of dependent origination, of the truth that nothing exists alone. Everything exists in relationship. Everything contains everything else. You look at the jewel nearest to you. In its facets, you see yourself, but not just yourself. You see everyone you've ever met, everyone who has ever touched your life, parents, teachers, friends, strangers, and in their reflections, you see everyone they've met, and on, infinite connections, infinite relationships. You are not a separate point in the web, the voice says. You are the web. The entire pattern is what you are. Take away any thread, any connection, and you would not exist. You are not in the web. You are not on the web. You are web-ing. You are the process of connection itself. A single thread begins to glow brighter. You follow it. It leads to a tree, and you see, understand, that you breathe because of trees. Trees exhale oxygen. You inhale it. You exhale carbon dioxide. Trees inhale it. You are breathing with the trees. Your breath is not yours alone. It is shared breath, co-breath. The trees are your lungs. You are the tree's lungs. Another thread glows. It leads to the sun. And you see, all your energy comes from the sun. The food you eat grew from sunlight. The warmth in your body, sunlight converted to heat. Your very thoughts, electrical impulses powered by calories that came from the sun. You are condensed sunlight. You are the sun's dream of itself. Another thread, the ocean. Your body is mostly water. Where did it come from? Rain. And before that, ocean, evaporation, clouds, rain. Your tears are ocean water. Your blood is salted like the sea. You are a walking wave. The ocean has shaped itself into your form, temporarily, and when you die, the water returns. Nothing is lost. Only form changes. Do you see? The voice asks. You are not separate from nature. You are nature. Nature is not out there, something to visit on weekends. Nature is what you are. Your heartbeat is nature beating. Your breath is nature breathing. Your thoughts are nature thinking. More threads light up. So many, each one showing another connection. The bacteria in your gut. Without them, you cannot digest food. You would die in days. They are you. You are them. Where do you end and they begin? The clothes you wear, made from cotton or wool or petroleum, grown or raised or extracted by others, woven by others, sewn by others, shipped by others. You are wearing the labor of thousands of people you'll never meet. You are clothed in relationship, the language you think in, learned from others, every word a gift, every concept inherited. Your thoughts are not yours. They are language thinking itself through you, culture dreaming itself through your mind. Dependent origination, the voice says, and now you see the threads pulsing with light, showing cause and effect, showing how each thing arises dependent on conditions. This arises, that arises. This ceases, that ceases. Nothing is self-caused. Nothing is independently originated. Everything is a result of everything else. You see your own life in this way, the thread that is your existence, how it required your parents' meeting, how that required their parents' meeting, how that required, on and on back through time. Billions of beings had to live, reproduce, die, for you to be here. You are the result of the entire history of the universe. Literally, the entire 13.8 billion year history, leading to this moment, this you, and not just humans, the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs. Without it, mammals wouldn't have thrived. You wouldn't exist. You owe your existence to a cosmic catastrophe, to random chance, to chaos that created order. This is why the Buddha taught compassion, the voice says, not as a moral rule, but as a recognition of reality. When you harm another, you harm yourself, because there is no ultimate separation. When you help another, you help yourself, not metaphorically, literally. You are not separate. You are strands in the same web, waves in the same ocean, cells in the same body. The web begins to pulse now, like breathing, like a heartbeat, in and out, expanding and contracting, and you feel it, your own breath, synchronized with the universal breath, your heartbeat, synchronized with the cosmic heartbeat. You are not observing the web. You are the web observing itself. This understanding, the voice says, gentler now, softer, changes everything. When you see interconnection, truly see it, you cannot be careless. Every action has infinite consequences, rippling out through the web, affecting everything, not to create guilt, but to create wisdom, careful action, loving action. You notice now that some threads are dark, damaged. These are the connections we've broken. Species driven to extinction, ecosystems destroyed, relationships severed. Each broken thread diminishes the whole, diminishes you, because you are the whole. But threads can be rewoven. The voice says, and you see it happening. Threads reconnecting. brightening. With each act of kindness, each moment of awareness, each choice made from wisdom rather than greed, the web strengthens. You strengthen. We strengthen. For we are one web, one breath, one life, expressing itself in infinite forms. You feel overwhelming love now, for everything. How can you not love the web that you are? How can you not cherish each thread, each jewel, each connection? Your enemies, they too are you. Your problems, they too are the web working itself out. Everything belongs. Everything fits. Everything is necessary. As you drift towards sleep, the voice whispers, remember this. You are not going to sleep alone. The entire universe is settling down with you. The trees are resting. The mountains are still. The stars are wheeling overhead in their patient dance. You are part of this great rest, this cosmic exhale, this universal letting go. The web begins to fade, or perhaps you're sinking into it, becoming more fully one with it. The boundaries dissolving completely now. You are not in the universe. You are the universe, and the universe is tired, ready to rest, to dream, to restore. Nothing is separate. The voice is barely audible now. Nothing is alone. You are held by everything, supported by everything, loved by everything, because you are everything. Rest now, in the web, in the arms of the infinite, in the heart of all that is home, finally home, in the only place you've ever been, here, now, one, complete, whole, and the web becomes darkness, soft, comfortable, the darkness of the womb, the darkness of space before stars, the darkness that contains all potential, all possibility, all peace, and you dissolve into it, gratefully, completely, knowing you are not lost, just returned to the source, to the web, to the one. Part 8. The eternal present. You are nowhere and everywhere, suspended in a moment that has no duration, point that has no location, the eternal now. Here in this timeless place, past and future have no meaning. There is only this eternal, infinite, ever-present moment. The moment that never ends because it never began. The moment that contains all moments. The moment that a final teaching arrives, not in words at first, but as pure knowing, as direct transmission, from the heart of reality to your deepest awareness. Time. The voice emerges from the knowing. Time is an illusion, not in the sense that change doesn't happen, but in the sense that past and future exist only as thoughts, as memories and imaginings. Only now is real. Only now exists. Only now you see it clearly. The past, it's gone. It exists only as memory, as neural patterns in your brain, as photographs and artifacts, but the actual past, vanished, completely, irretrievably gone. And the future, it hasn't happened. It exists only as projection, as anxiety or anticipation, as plans and fantasies. But the actual future doesn't exist yet, may never exist. So what is real? The voice asks. Only this, only now, only this eternal present moment. But look, the voice guides your attention. Even this moment is elusive. Try to grasp it. Try to hold it. Try to say, this is now. By the time you've said it, that now is gone. A new now has arrived, and it too is already passing. Now, now, now. Each now fresh, each now unique, each now complete. You have never experienced anything except now, the voice says. Think about it. Every memory you have, you experienced it in a now. Every hope for the future, You think about it in a now. Even your birth, you experienced it as now. And your death, you will experience it as now. There is only ever now. This should be frightening, but it's not. It's liberating, because if there's only now, then there's only this to deal with. Not the accumulated burden of all past nows. Not the imagined weight of all future nows. Just this breath, this moment, this simple, manageable present now. This is why worrying is absurd. The voice says with gentle humor, you worry about the future, but the future never comes. When tomorrow arrives, it arrives as today, as now. You never have to face tomorrow. You only ever face now. And now is always manageable. Now is always okay. Look, right now, in this very moment, are you okay? You check. And yes, right now, this very moment, you are okay. Nothing is threatening you in this exact instant. The danger might be coming. The problem might arrive. But right now, this exact now, you are safe. You are breathing. You are aware. You are okay. Most suffering is about time. The voice continues. Regret about the past. Worry about the future. But regret and worry only exist as thoughts happening now. The actual past cannot hurt you. It's gone. The actual future cannot hurt you. It doesn't exist yet. Only thoughts about past and future can hurt you. And those thoughts are happening now. And you can choose, right now, to release them, to come back to this, to now. You practice this. A worrying thought arises. You notice it. You recognize it as a thought about a future that doesn't exist. You let it go. You return to now, the breath, the body, the present moment, and immediately, relief. The worry had weight. The present moment is weightless. Enlightenment, the voice says, is not about having special experiences. It's not about seeing lights or hearing voices. It's not about achieving some altered state. Enlightenment is simply this, resting in the present moment, completely, fully, totally, right now. You feel it, this complete presence, not thinking about it, not trying to achieve it, just being it. You are here, now, aware, present, and in this presence, there is peace. Not because your circumstances are perfect, but because you've stopped fighting with time. You've stopped living in the phantom zones of past and future. You've come home to the only time that exists. Now, the Buddha sat under the Bodhi tree. The voice says, and you see it, a vision of the Buddha, serene, still present. He sat through the night, and in the morning, when he looked up and saw the morning star, he awoke. He realized. And what did he realize? Simply this, I am awake. Right now, I have always been awake. There is only wakefulness, only presence, only this eternal now. The vision fades, and you are in that now. The same now the Buddha awakened in, because there is only one now, eternal, infinite, unchanging in its constant change, the still point at the center of the turning world. Every spiritual practice, the voice says, every meditation, every prayer, every ritual, they all point to this. Now, be here now, not as a commandment, not as something to achieve, but as a recognition of what already is. You are always here. You are always now. You cannot be anywhere else. You cannot be anyone else. You feel your body, heavy, tired, ready for sleep, and you realize sleep is the ultimate practice of presence. In sleep, you have no past, no future, no plans, no regrets, no identity even, just pure being, pure presence, pure now. As you drift into sleep, The voice whispers. You drift into the eternal present. Time stops in deep sleep. There is no past or future. No clock, no calendar, just timeless being. And this is rest. True rest. Not physical rest only, but temporal rest. Rest from the exhausting journey through time. Return to the eternal now. You feel yourself sinking, not into unconsciousness, but into deeper consciousness, into the awareness that underlies all experience, the awareness that is always here, always now, the awareness that never sleeps even when the body sleeps, the witness, the eternal observer, the consciousness that is your true nature. You are not in time, the voice says, almost singing now. Time is in you. You are the space in which time occurs. You are the now in which all moments arise and pass. You are eternal, not in the sense of lasting forever, but in the sense of being outside time altogether, beyond time, prior to time, the timeless one. And it's true. You feel it. You are not your thoughts about past and future. You are the awareness watching those thoughts. And that awareness, it's always here, always now. It doesn't age, doesn't change, doesn't die. It is the eternal witness, the deathless one, your Buddha nature, your true self. Let everything go now, the voice says, fading like stars at dawn. Let go of past. It's already gone. Let go of future. It hasn't come. Let go of this very moment. It's passing right now. Let go of holding on to anything. Let go of letting go. Just be here, now, in the eternal present that has no beginning and no end. You are safe here, the voice whispers. In the now, you cannot be harmed by what was or what might be. In the now, there is only what is. And what is this peace, presence, pure awareness, the light that never goes out, the consciousness that never sleeps, home, the only home there is, here, now, forever, always. The voice is gone, or perhaps it was never there. Perhaps it was always just you, speaking to yourself, from the depths, from the eternal now, from the space of pure awareness that you are, that you have always been, that you will always be. And in this space, this timeless, spacious, luminous awareness, you rest, not as someone resting, but as rest itself, as peace itself, as the eternal now itself. No past to regret, no future to fear, just this, just now, just being. Your breath continues, but you are not breathing. Breath is happening. In the now, your heart beats, but you are not beating it. It beats in the now. Thoughts arise, but you are not thinking them. They appear in the now, and pass in the now, and everything occurs in this vast, spacious, timeless presence that you are. And as the body sleeps, as consciousness shifts, as dreams begin to form and dissolve, you remain, the eternal witness, the awareness that never sleeps, the now that never ends, not watching from the outside, but being it all, the sleep, the dreams, the darkness, the rest, all of it arising in you, as you, from you, one breath, one moment, one now, eternal, infinite, complete. And in this completion, in this perfection, in this eternal present moment, there is nothing to seek, nothing to become, nothing to achieve. Just this, just now, just peace, forever and ever and ever. Amen. Shanti. Peace. The journey is complete. You are home. You have always been home. There is nowhere else to go. Nothing else to do. Just be here, now. Rest well, dear traveler. Rest in the eternal now. Rest in your true nature. Rest in the peace that passes understanding. Rest in the Buddha that you are. May all beings be happy. May all beings be free. May all beings rest in peace, now and always, in the eternal, infinite, ever-present now. Mani Padme Hum. The jewel is in the lotus. You are the jewel. You are the lotus. You are home.